Hello Internet. So this is my gravel bike. It's a Giant Contend all-road. Basically a road bike with clearance for fat tires, for gravel tires. I recently put it together. It did not come from Giant this way. I got the frame on eBay. It's got some crash damage. There's another video on that if you're really curious. But when I put it together, I used an assortment of spacers to space the headset and the stem. I didn't have anything substantial on hand, no 10s or 15s. So it's a stack of 5 and 2.5 millimeter spacers. And the bottom part doesn't bother me too much, but I don't like using 2 spacers above the stem. So right now, in order to get enough space for the end of the steer, as well as to set the preload on the headset bearings, you can see I've got a top cap and 2 spacers. The top one here I think is an 8 millimeter, and the bottom one is a 5. Of course the bottom one also is larger in diameter than the top. So what I want to do today is I want to see if I can make an integrated spacer top cap such that I have a top cap that's the appropriate height so I can clear the top of the steerer while also providing the appropriate preload. I pulled the top cap and spacers off the bike, and you can see it's a pair of spacers and then a rather flat top cap. This works really well, so this is what I've got to replicate, and I want to see if I can just do this as a single piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make just a space, and it's going to be 8 and 5, that's 13 millimeters tall, and then I'll put a little chamfer, and that'll be my top cap. So it'll effectively just look like a little cup, and I'll make it so that the ID is that 29 and a half. And what's this add? What is the OD of this? And I'll make it so that the OD is 34. So we're going to effectively have a cup 13 millimeters tall with an ID of 29 and a half and an OD of 34. I'll cut a little chamfer and I'll add a bit of thickness on the top for a top cap, and then I can drill it, cut in a chamfer here to allow for the bolt to set in there, and then I'll finish it with a Scotch-Brite pad and we'll put it on the bike and see how it works. So this is what I'm going to use for material. I think it's 6061 aluminum. It was laying over in my stack of materials. I'm not sure what I used it for, but I think it'll work. It's got an OD of 38 and is 20 millimeters tall. So what I can do is turn down the inside to that 29 and a half and then cut it so I get my 34 on the outside, and then I'll trim it down to, I don't know if that's 13, I'll probably go like here, about 15 millimeters. And then the last thing I'll do is cut the chamfer and drill the hole. Alright, so I've got it set up here on the back side of the lathe. And I think the way I'm going to make this, the more I think about it, I think I'm going to cut down the inside, so I'll chuck it up inside the jaws. Cut down the inside to that 29 and a half. So I'll cut down the inside and then I'll take it out, I'll mount it in the chuck internally, and I'll cut down the outside to diameter and then also to length. I think that'll work well. So I'm going to chuck it in this way. I gotta cut my tool again, or sharpen my tool. Actually I might have to make another one. But either way, I'll get the tool sorted, I'll get this chucked up, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the inside to 29 and a half at 13 depth. That didn't take too long actually, and here's how it turned out. I'm pretty happy with it. You can see I got a little bit of marks from the jaw when I was cutting the outside down. But I added a chamfer for the top and one for the screw. So fitment wise, it feels just about like the cap and the spacers did. I don't think that looks too bad, honestly. I like the shape of it, and now I don't have so many pieces to worry about. Now here's the question, do I want to leave it silver like it is, or do I want to spray paint it? I'm not sure which way to go, but it gives you something to comment about. So if you think I should keep it silver, or if you think I should paint it, let me know. Otherwise, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I had a lot of fun making it. So anyway, thank you for watching.